Hey bitches, welcome to episode 23 of Roll for Girl Dinner, where we let the dice answer the age-old question, what should we have for dinner? Today we'll be using these dice, as the prophecy has foretold. Now let's get started with a roll for protein. 8. Spam. Yay! Ever since I bought a big old pack of these from Costco, I've been waiting for this one. I'm just gonna grill these up a little bit because they taste better that way. Next up, let's roll for some cheese. 3. Cheddar. On our recent road trip, we stopped at the Tillamook headquarters, and unfortunately, most of what we bought didn't make it home because of the severe weather conditions, but this did. And cheddar is going to go fantastic with Spam. Now let's roll for some vegetables. That's a 1 for no vegetable and an 8 for roll 2 dice, so basically, re-roll. Double 2. Double celery. Moving on to a roll for carrier. 6. Pizza crisps. If your cat came running after I said that, it's not my fault, it's how it's pronounced. Regardless, I'm extremely excited to try these Sonoma Creamery pepperoni pizza crisps. They are much smaller than I expected them to be based off of the picture on the bag, so I'm not sure how they'll work as a carrier, but we'll make it work. And time to add some Razzle Dazzle. That's a 7 for Mama Lil's asparagus and a 9 for pepperoncini. I am and will continue to be Mama Lil's biggest fan of this asparagini. My only problem with it is that somehow it just magically disappears in my apartment and then I keep having to buy more. Weird. On the thought of more, today I have a brand new jar of this mezzetta pepperoncini. Between this and the asparagini, we're adding a nice little bit of tang to the plate and a bit of spice. If only the celery weren't here to ruin the day. Now let's make it saucy. That's a 6 for spicy chili crisp. Well, here's another thing that only lasts 6 seconds in my house. Usually I buy these in much larger jars, but this was all I could find this time.
I'm just gonna scooch in right here if you don't mind. Shh. We've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty.
And time to round this out with a roll for sparkling water. 5. Blackberry cucumber. Still working my way through a bunch of new flavors from the... This one I've never tried before, and it sounds good, so I'm pretty excited. Let's eat, bitches. As always, we'll get our sparkling water poured and prepared. And of course, we need our leftover coffee. Now let's give this a taste. You know how bubble blowing solution smells? On to these little pizza crisps. We might have to move these out of carrier into Razzle Dazzle, but boy, do they Razzle Dazzle. These are so good. Like, maybe good enough that I can forget about the existence of the celery on this plate. And now let's try this cheese. It's really hard to mess up an aged white cheddar, and they didn't. This is perfect. Good job, Tillamook. The flavor of this is strong enough that it definitely holds its own against the Spam, and it complements the flavor quite nicely. Now let's add a dollop of this spicy chili crisp. And I'm not even gonna make you wait to tell you that this is a winner. A little bit of that pepperoncini goes quite nicely as well. And this was so good that I kind of forgot about the existence of the pizza crisps for a minute. Not to mention that I just kind of pretended that the celery didn't exist. All right, 1 asparagini, and then I have to face this celery. It's just so good. And then the celery is just so not. Why are you just angry fiber water? Be better. But maybe I can make it better by adding some of this spicy chili crisp. That tastes good on everything. And maybe if I just put enough of it on, I won't even be able to taste the celery. Worked for a minute. If it weren't for the celery and bubble solution water, this meal would be close to a perfect 10. As it is, there's some things that I just have to power through so that I can eat the good stuff. Now, if I were Johnny J. Lavarian, the daughter of a poor butcher whose father often brought home the cuts of meat that didn't sell well, so they always got creative in preparing and preserving it. So creative, in fact, that some of her methods seemed almost magical. Until she realized that they were actually magical, which, makes sense when you consider her fire elemental heritage, and the fact that her power continued to increase and show up in accidental and sometimes awkward ways, though luckily, no accidental fireball incidents. Now please excuse me for one moment, the sun is shifting and getting in my eyes, and the lighting in here is super weird. Where was I? Oh yes. Eventually she realized she might need some guidance in order to keep that whole no accidental fireball incident streak going, so she sought out the Wizards Guild, who informed her that actually she was a chaos sorcerer and that perhaps she could train with them to learn to control it because again, we'd like to continue this wonderful streak of no accidental fireball incidents. Eventually, the stuffy nature of the wizard's training felt a little too stifling, and she decided that she wanted to set out for the adventuring life. Make some coin, do some chaos, what's not to love? If I were her, this meal would be a perfect 10. As it is, I, Kendra, rate this meal an 8. Now, excuse me while I go accidentally blow some bubbles.
This is my meal. I call this girl dinner.
Girl dinner. Girl dinner. Girl dinner.